Mr. Brian Hebner. Our first team making their way to the ring. They are the newly franchised Naturals. Andy Douglas, Chase Steelers. And their opponents, it's the team of Jay Lethal and Chris Sabin.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this latest UWF TNA home release courtesy of HighSpots.com. The date is Thursday night, August the 10th, 2006. We are in the historical city of Charleston, South Carolina at the Plex nightclub. Brad Stutz and Jeff Harris calling the action. And Jeff, our opening contest tonight epitomizes the future of professional wrestling.
That's right, total non-stop action wrestling. They call it the new face of professional wrestling, and that's exactly what we're seeing here tonight as we see the newly franchised, the Naturals, taking on the tag team of Jay Lethal and Chris Sabin. And we talk about X Division competition. Jay Lethal and Chris Sabin have got to be my two favorite X Division competitors.
High impact from the Naturals, high flying from the team of Sabin and Lethal. This should be tremendous. Right now, the quickness of Chris Sabin takes an early advantage on the newly franchised Naturals.
The Naturals, you talk about a tag team with experience. We've come at former NWA World Tag Team Champions. They got the experience, and now they've got that enthusiasm back thanks to being franchised by Shane Douglas. They got this new outfit on. I'm telling you, they're looking good. They're planning on making another run for the NWA World Tag Team Championship. And tonight they've got to get through Sabin and Lethal, who are a newly formed tag team. But I'm telling you what, these two guys are so fast. They've got such incredible, explosive moves that they just might could be the team to derail the Naturals tour tonight.
Perhaps more important than the aesthetic changes that the Naturals have made since coming under the tutelage of Shane Douglas is the physical changes. A more aggressive style, a more smash mouth attitude that we have seen in the past few weeks from Chase Stevens and Andy Douglas. On a winning streak, the last several weeks have done tremendously well on Impact on Spike TV. But once again, the quickness of Sabin has been the difference maker in these opening moments.
Sabin with a series of arm drags from about every direction that you can go. Puts Chase Stevens down on the mat and Sabin in complete control.
I tell you, this is a hot crowd, as they say in Charleston. The Plex nightclub on fire. It is great to see TNA branching out into another famous wrestling city here in the Mid-Atlantic region.
Got a rowdy crowd here tonight at the Plex. I'm still waiting for my drink order, Brad.
Well, some people say that Charleston is a drinking town with a historical problem. Nevertheless, it is a rowdy crowd, as you mentioned. Chase looks like has finally got a handle on Sabin, but no, Sabin slips out again.
Sabin's quickness, he's just able to pull out arm drags, and now flying head scissors out of anywhere, right back to the arm drag. Listen to these fans, they're ready to see Jay Lethal enter the action inside the six-sided ring.
I'll tell you what, they used to call Chris Sabin the future. I guess now he is more the present, one of the top stars in the X division. But if anyone presently on the TNA roster deserves the title of the future, it's got to be Jay Lethal.
Oh, absolutely agree with you on that, Brad. Jay Lethal has impressed me more and more every time that I see him in action. And you got to understand this, he's only 20, 21 years old.
He's not old enough to buy a drink.
He can't buy a drink. If we're in the Plex, he can't even buy his own alcohol. But he's in that ring, bringing it on to some of the best. They're the best tag team around in the Naturals. Look at that move.
Cartwheel and a kick from Jay Lethal. Oh, Andy Douglas in the wrong part of town right now.
Lethal has Andy Douglas backed into those ropes. He's begging for mercy at this point.
Shoots the man off. Big running forearm. Puts it right in the face of Andy Douglas.
Douglas going to the long order for the tag. Right into the fist from Jay Lethal, but Lethal makes the tag. Setting him up for a tag team move. There's a slam. It's coming over the top. Big senton by Chris Sabin. He's got the cover.
Brian Hebner right there, only two.
Only a two by Brian Hebner. Real close, man. I'll tell you what, Lethal and Sabin have been in complete control. These pinfalls they're picking up could surprisingly be a three, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Such quickness displayed so far by the two top X Division prospects. I guess once again, you can't really call Chris Sabin a prospect. He has established himself as one of the best in the X Division.
Testing the crowd's opinion. Oh, took too long on that. Douglas ripped the eyes.
That's that Shane Douglas inspired Mean Streak right there.
But Jay Stevens walks right into an arm drag. Brady talks about that new attitude. I don't know, maybe it's the colors. You know, every team that wears gold and black always seems to have an attitude. You think of the Pirates back in the 80s. You look at the Steelers. These are teams black and gold. They always have an attitude. Now the Naturals are black and gold. They shifted from that pink and black. They got this new franchise attitude.
Lethal drops an elbow on the small of the back of Chase Stevens. And Chris Sabin puts the drop kick in the jaw.
Lethal with the cover, but Douglas is going to break it up, and I think that was a good decision on his part, because after that double team maneuver by Lethal and Sabin, I wouldn't be surprised at all. Chase Stevens would have got pinned right there.
Tag back into Sabin. Sabin thus far has really been all over Chase Stevens every time they've locked up in the course of this contest.
Sabin taking a little long in the corner. And just like that, he's able to reverse Sabin up and up. Oh, but the referee wasn't looking.
Good night.
The referee was talking to Andy Douglas and missed that low blow. That should have been an automatic disqualification. Now the Naturals pressing it, spreading those legs up, stretching those hamstrings.
Sabin is in bad shape after that shot.
Talking about turning the action around. This man's in trouble, very upset with the Naturals' tactics. But one thing you can say, it definitely turned the tide.
Well, we've spoken extensively about the new attitude in the Naturals, the tutelage of Shane Douglas, and we've seen on Impact on Spike TV, Shane Douglas, a unique style. He tends to get the boys psyched up before the match and send them to the ring by themselves. Jeff, you've got to wonder if maybe the franchise Shane Douglas is somewhere in the Plex, maybe in one of the VIP booths or something.
Got some action on the outside. A suplex right on the floor here at the Plex. Chris Sabin. Tell you what, you want to take the wind out of somebody. You hit him with a suplex right here on the floor.
I've got to believe that if the franchise Shane Douglas is lurking in the building somewhere, he is happy thus far with the attitude of the Naturals. It was the low kick, the questionable tactic that completely turned the tide of this bout. And now Sabin is at the mercy of the Naturals for the first time in the contest.
Got a cover. Sabin able to kick out. Brad, you asked about was the franchise here. When I was here at the Ultimate Experience earlier, hanging out with all the guys and getting some good food, I didn't see him, but you know they were talking. They had him on the phone.
High knee! Andy Douglas puts the knee in the jaw of Chris Sabin, and that is a match ender.
And we got the cover. 2-0.
How did you get How did you get invited to the Ultimate Experience again?
Where were you, Brad? Did you get caught in traffic? You were late getting here again.
Well, I've spent a lot of time in this town over the years, but traffic is horrible in this place.
There's a roll up from behind.
Were there cocktails?
Yeah, cocktails, Brad.
Jay Lethal knocked off the apron. I'm riding with you to Columbia. I'm going to the Ultimate Experience.
I hope you would, Brad. You just don't know what it means to have the Ultimate Experience. Get in early, get to meet all the wrestlers in the ring, get their autographs, get their pictures, get some food. It's a great time and sit in the first 2 rows of ringside.
Who's there now? Who's there?
Jay Stevens talking some trash to Chris Sabin.
I kill him! I kill him!
Anyone that has never experienced the Ultimate Experience, like myself, can find out more about it at UWFusa.com and highspots.com ticket outlets. It is the best way to see TNA wrestling live. And everyone in Charleston is feeling good in this opening contest. With the possible exception of Chris Sabin finally starting to fire back. He's been taking a beating for over 4 or 5 minutes now in this contest.
He's got Stevens rocked though with a series of punches. He's going to try to whip him across the ring. Didn't take enough out of it. Stevens able to drop that big clothesline. Has Sabin hooks. Lethal makes the break. It's a good thing Lethal made that decision to come in there and break it up to save the fall and allow the Naturals to pull off another double team. Hebner, good call by Brian Hebner. He's ordering Andrew Douglas out of the ring. Did not make that tag. It's a great call by fine officiating by Brian Hebner. I would expect nothing less from Brian Hebner. He calls it right down the middle, calls it the best he can. Unlike his father, I might add.
Papa Earl making some questionable calls here lately.
I used to have a lot of respect for Earl Hebner, but he's been making a lot of questionable calls.
Douglas with a chair on the outside. The top of that chair went right into the throat of Chris Sabin on the outside of the ring.
I don't know if Sabin's got enough left in him to be able to fight back after that, Brad. It just took a steel chair right in the throat.
At this point, that might be a count out at this point.
Douglas pushing back in the ring. Douglas looks like he's going to go for cover. No, he's using those ropes. Come on, Brian. Brian caught it out the corner of his eye. He's warning Jay Stevens about using those ropes for illegal leverage on the pinfall.
Boy, how much fight does Chris Sabin have?
That's why he's so impressed. That's why I'm so impressed with him and Lethal both, Brad. They're fantastic X-Division competitors, and as we're seeing here tonight, they make a fantastic tag team as well.
The former members of Team USA not having much luck. Sabin has not gotten many breaks against the Naturals at all in this contest. A great start, a good opening minutes, but ever since the Naturals took control, Sabin has not caught a single break. And sometimes it is truly better to be lucky than good.
He's done shot.
Jay Stevens now slides
Directed in our area.
He was, slides down, he's got his surfboard, now he's doubling up with a leg lock across the back of the neck. He's really got Sabin in a very precarious position at this point.
Lethal trying to fire up this crowd here in Charleston.
Sabin able to break that leg lock. Now he's trying to work his way up to take away that advantage. Once he gets to the ground, he couldn't do it. If he could have got to a standing position, it would have allowed him to have the possibility of reversing that move. But Jay Stevens saw it coming, gave him a big knee and made the tag. Douglas follows it right up with a big boot to the midsection.
And now wrapping up, Chris Sabin. Submission maneuver. Brian Hebner right there. Our high spots camera right there in perfect position.
He's got a lucha style move on him right now. It's a sitting swastika, which is a abdominal stretch on the ground, grabbing that ankle. Lethal makes a break. I don't blame him at all. Oh, laces right across the face of Sabin. Naturals are pushing every opportunity they can get. Every time Hebner turns his back, they take a shortcut.
Brian Hebner, as you alluded to earlier, is calling this thing to the best of his abilities, but our cameras may have picked it up. He told Jay Lethal, look, I got to keep my eyes on 4 guys. He's doing the best he can, but thus far, the Naturals, if you'll excuse the pun, have worked the official to the best of their advantage.
Sabin trying to fight back again with a oh,
good God!
What a drop kick by Andy Douglas. I'll tell you what, Chris Sabin, I don't know how he's still moving at this point.
I tell you what, Jeff Harris, Stevens and Douglas may be 2 of the absolute best athletes in TNA. These guys do some incredible athletic maneuvers. I've seen Chase Stevens throw complete disregard to his own body, diving off the cages, diving off with the shooting star presses. Andy Douglas, so quick, so high impact. It's an underappreciated trait that the Naturals have, that not only are they fast, but they bring some power behind those shots.
Chase Stevens with a big-time backbreaker on Sabin. He's setting him up to go for the top of that moonsault we talked about, Brad.
Stevens, not sure if he's taunting the crowd or trying to set up for something. He's going up to the 3rd floor. I think you're right.
He's going for that moonsault. I don't know about the ceiling height. He's going to have to watch his feet.
It was a beautiful moonsault, but no water in the pool.
This could be the break that Chris Sabin is needed so desperately. He's got to make that tag to Jay Lethal right now.
He's going to have to travel the complete length of the ring to make it, though.
Stevens knocked the wind out of him when he missed that moonsault. He's looking to make the tag to his partner as well. There's Sabin. He got it.
Cuts a flip and makes Jay Lethal. Lethal takes the moment. Comes in with a drop kick. That could be a difference maker right there. That could be the turning point of this contest. Lethal is fresh.
He's been waiting all that time to get in the ring, and he's taking on both Naturals.
Look at the kick, but he got Chase.
Douglas just went flying through the lights on that backdrop.
Good looking neck breaker. Into the suplex. Lethal holds on. Woo!
What a bridge. He had the 3 count, but Andy Douglas able to dive in there and break up that bridge to stop the 3 count.
That was a 2.5 easy. The flapjack.
Douglas is down and he just rolled out of the ring.
Midnight Express tactics from the X Division Stars.
Lethal, big flying forearm in the corner. Sabin with a big double knee. They've got Chase Stevens just where they want him now, doubling up again to the top.
Chase is on Dream Street. Kick to the spine.
Jumping drop kick right to the face, a la Negro Casas. And now Lethal has it covered. And the 3, what? There was 3, what happened, Brad?
Andy Douglas got a hold of Brian Hebner. Sabin flies!
He missed!
Sabin flies but gets nothing!
Sabin went right to those guardrails.
Brian Hebner is not going to call the DQ on the Naturals! That's a difference maker!
Oh, my!
Drop kick powerbomb combo! 2, 3!
And the winners of the match, the newly franchised Naturals.
Brad, I'm going to tell you what,
Chase Stevens and Andy Douglas.
They robbed Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal had the 3 count.
It was back and forth the entire contest, but as you stated, the franchise Naturals have pulled it out from under the team of Sabin and Lethal.